professional that was.
You see that? You see that?
Whoa, he just did that hand clap. That's some like
I did that hand clap to get this thing going.
that's some Catskill shit right there.
Right? That cat's in the cradle silver spoon action right there.
Little boy blue and the man in the moon. Oh, when you're coming back, son, I don't know when, but we can get together when. How was crazy? It was like back then they used to sing songs that really like were heartfelt and meant something.
And had stories.
Yeah. Now words are just sentences that don't even
Doesn't matter.
doesn't mean anything.
They're just comic book sound effects.
Yeah. It's and people are like, yeah, that's just dope right there. This guy's like, my mother left me in the other room. I got afraid of the man in the moon.
I was born in a dumpster that day. It's like, wait, what?
Totally, dude.
Super revealing. Jay Larson, I'm so happy to have you on the podcast, buddy.
I'm so good. I'm so happy to be here.
Yeah, dude, we're doing this one. I mean, for me, this is a little bit of an early one. This is an earlier recording than usual.
What do you mean? In the morning?
In the morning.
I appreciate you accommodating.
No, dude, I wanted to have you on. I'd like to accommodate the guests.
You know, people. You know, I remember being a young comic like you. You could sleep to whenever you want. Now it's like, I remember like my son woke up at 5 this morning to go to the bathroom, and we're like. And my wife got up, and I go, what's he doing? And she's like, I don't know. He's going to go to the bathroom. I go, what time is it? She's like, I don't know. And we just, like, tried to it's tough for me to fall back to sleep once I'm up.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
I feel good now. Like, once I literally woke up to my wife going, there's a fly in the house. I can't repack the Amazon box, and the printer's not working. She did all those at once. I was like.
You're like, check with the IT guy.
I know. I was like, yeah, good morning.
Yeah, good to see you. I love you too, babe.
Yeah.
That's what happens when you get married. There's no more
she goes, sorry, I've been up for 2 hours. Like, all right.
You're like,
you know what? Whenever you're up in the morning, after you're up for a little bit, you feel like the world is up with you, and you're just like going around. You know what I mean? Like neighbors, like with high heels. Sometimes, like I'm in an apartment complex, we're like, at like 7 a.m. Like, what are you doing?
Dude, I used to do a bit way back in the day where if I like sometimes like I was like up early from like a bender or something like that, and I went to the coffee shop at like 6.
Yeah.
And my hair was all messed up and everything, and I was like, look at me, out there doing it. And then all of a sudden I see a guy come in like in a full suit, like, how are you, Mike? You having a? And you're like, get the fuck out of here, you piece.
I know, right? Just fully going for it.
Yeah.
You're like, dude, you're making all of us look bad. You're looking like a GQ model at 6 a.m. right now.
You already went to the gym.
Yeah. Do you ever exercise super early in the morning?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Well, now I do.
Yeah.
I just started going to Barry's boot camp, dude.
Wait, what?
Barry's boot camp.
Barry, wow. Barry from Barry's boot camp is calling in. Actually patched into the show. It sounds really nice.
Hey, yeah, what's up? It's Barry from Barry's boot camp.
Oh wow, Barry.
Yeah.
What kind of exercises are you doing with Jay Larson?
What aren't we doing?
What
Barry's
are you doing?
Camp.
You're doing delts. You're doing tries. You're doing bis. You're doing quads. Are you doing all that?
Don't you dare mention buys around me.
Oh, you're not a fan.
Barry's boot camp.
You're not a fan of working the bis at Barry's boot camp.
Listen, we work it all at Barry's boot camp. You ever heard of tanodental adults?
Say that again.
Tanodental adults.
No.
Yeah, well, those are muscles you don't even know about.
Here, I'm going to see if I can make you sound a little bit clearer, okay? Just hold on the line for a second, all right? There we go. I think I can hear you a little bit better.
How's that? You hear me
Oh,
better
yeah.
now?
Dude, loud and clear now. I think you had some kind of reverb or something on your voice. I don't know. Like, were you in a well? What was going on there?
Yeah, well, I sleep in a well. It's better for you. You want to wake up and get stuff done.
It's better for your core, isn't it? Whenever you're, like, sleeping in a well, right?
Well, I do crunches as I sleep, so yeah. And in the well, it helps. It's rounded. I sleep sideways. You got to hold yourself up in there.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Would you recommend that I sign up as well? Because Jay's been like just raving about Barry's boot camp, man.
Hey, Barry, really big fan.
Shut up, you pussy.
Whoa, that's the way you talk to people in your classes?
Barry's boot camp. You come to fucking drop weight, or you don't come at all.
I mean, I like that as a slogan. That's a good, like, just right to the face, kind of thing.
Uh-huh.
Okay, well, Do I have to like audition to get into this
I'll be
thing?
straight up with you, Jeremiah. I've watched the show, and I see your body makeup, and I don't think Barry's is the place for you.
you don't.
I don't think this. I'm watching the feed right now, and even with those shorts, I don't know where you're gonna work out at the boot camp.
Wait, my denim cutoff shorts that I made. You don't.
If I was your boot camp leader, I'd tell you to go back home.
Okay. Well, do you have like a friend maybe that you can refer me to that you might tell me might be a good idea for me to go to?
Let me ask Sally. Sally, you think this guy could cut it over at Sally's Slam Sluts?
Yeah, I think that maybe he could come over to Sally's, maybe do some light yoga, perhaps.
Jeremiah, that sounds like a good option for you, I think.
I mean, I think yoga might be definitely a good option for me.
Oh, just come on over. It's very different and chill than Barry's, for sure.
Hey, everything is chill at Barry's. It's just a matter of what your outlook is.
Barry, nothing about what you're telling me sounds chill.
People say I have a very chill voice.
You have the opposite of it. It is terrifying.
It's true. It's so true.
It
Like,
is true, Barry.
Like whenever people like usually leave your place, they come over to me because I'm a little bit more inviting.
Sally, let me tell you something. I'm not referring any more business to you.
Listen up, you bitch. You better keep referring me or I'm gonna cut your dick off.
Oh!
Yeah, that's what I said. I'm taking my inner chi and I'm gonna squat on your face and take a dump.
Oh! I gotta go. I got a protein shake in the
Yeah,
kitchen.
you better, you bitch. See you later.
We just lost Sally and
wow.
Barry.
That was heated.
That was a heated. We just saw a breakdown, a turf war happen right in front of us. Different workout places. Woo.
I'll tell you, man, Barry's boot camp, they are hardcore on you in there.
Uh-huh.
Like, they're hardcore. And I want to, like, go up to them. Like, it was my first. I've only gone, like, 4 times. And I want to each class go up to the instructor and be like, yo, just a heads up. I'm 40 pounds overweight. I'm 43 years old. And I haven't worked out like this maybe in 4 years.
Yeah.
So, but then they're still in there like, come on, I know you got more. And you're just like, I don't.
Yeah.
Sorry for yelling. I know it's a lot.
It's okay. I went to so Marilyn Rice Cub. Her husband owns like a CrossFit kind of place.
Yeah.
It's like workout stations though, right? And so I went with Josh Adam Myers, our mutual friend.
Who?
Josh Adam Myers.
It sounds familiar. I just can't.
Dude, Josh Adam Myers.
Wait, Sandy Danto?
No. Josh Adam Myers.
Josh Adam Myers.
Well, I guess.
Oh, yeah.
Oh no. I guess Sandy Danto talks like this too.
Have you heard Sandy's?
Yeah, it's great.
Oh, my God. Yeah, of course Josh took you.
Yeah. And I almost passed out because I hadn't worked out in forever. And it was like a 40 to 50 minute workout where you go around the stations like 6 times or something. So
yeah.
first 3 times, like, this is hilarious. This is fun. We're comedians making fun of working out and stuff. 4th time, start moving a little bit slower. And I start feeling, that queasy feeling in your stomach and your throat. And then by the end, like, the instructor like pulled me aside and sat me out. He's like, you need water and you need to chill out.
Shut up.
Because I'm one of those guys who just keep going hard in the paint, like
Yeah.
like until my body like literally just shuts down.
I'm too old. I pull myself out. Like, out of that, like, class at Barry's on Monday, halfway through, I was just like, all right, I'm in for the long haul. I'm not trying to like change myself today.
It took me back to like high school basketball when coaches would be like make you do suicides and sprints, and I would literally start blacking out while I was doing that.
Yeah.
And it like you start seeing stars around you. That's what it took. Did you play sports back in high school?
You know I did.
Oh, I know you did, son.
Soccer and baseball, baby.
Yeah.
What's up, baby?
Oh.
Our soccer team was like historically terrible. And then we got this like new JV coach came in when I was a freshman.
Yeah.
And when we had double sessions, did you ever have double sessions?
Like 2-a-days?
Yeah, 2-a-days.
Yeah.
So the week before school started, like,
Yeah.
you go, and we had 2-a-days. And his whole thing, this new guy, was sprints. Every day we do. If anyone was slacking, on the line, sprints. End of practice, sprints. And I remember like he would like JV, varsity, we'd all practice together, and he would run everyone, even though he was the JV coach. And he would sit there and it'd be like the end of practice and we'd be doing sprints and he'd be like, look around, look at the other fields. Football team went in, lacrosse went in, everybody's in. And he used to say, and I thought it was the coolest thing, he goes, in the last 5 minutes of every game, you guys are going to be the best conditioned team. So, or the last 10 minutes, when they're sucking wind, you guys are going to be able to keep going.
Keep going.
And the whole program turned around. And since I've left, which was, 24 years ago, they've won like 5 state titles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same
son.
guy?
Nah, he left. But our varsity coach.
But his Yoda teachings were passed down
You know
from
what I'm saying?
generation
You know
to
what I'm saying?
generation.
No, but like our varsity coach, Jimmy Carino. What's up, Jim?
What's up, Jimmy, man?
He started the soccer program in our whole town, and so he won all those titles and like stuck it out and like now it's like a huge. We used to be a football town, now we're a soccer town.
Whoa.
You know what I mean?
What position did you play?
Midfield, baby,
Oh, yeah?
and sometimes striker.
You like to dabble forward and backwards. Okay.
I play them both.
You
son.
play them both, son.
Side to
Okay.
side, baby.
Yeah.
What did you play?
Man, I played goalie for years. I was a good goalie, really good. Whenever I played in grade school and stuff, I was ranked in the state.
Damn.
Yeah,
Cause you all long and shit.
I'm all long and I'll be like, yeah,
Got it.
yeah,
Catch him with that W, baby.
yeah, that W,
W.
And then I had no fear, like whenever
Like as a
that happens.
sponsorship.
Yeah, I had no fear sponsored as my
Yeah.
goalie hat. I would put that. You know what's funny enough? I
No
used to
fear,
wear a
baby.
no fear hat sometimes whenever I was a goalie.
You know what's hilarious? In high school, my buddy's dad got a no fear, like those like on your windshield you put up the top for like
The
to, like,
decals?
yeah,
Yeah,
to,
yeah,
to
yeah.
stop the sun,
Oh, okay.
and he put it on backwards and it said reef on, and he's like, yeah, look at it, man,
Yeah, look at that
reef on,
refund.
man.
People are like, what does that mean? It's like, man, it's even like more in deep than no fear.
man.
It's like it's that next level.
shit, yeah, it's internal, man.
It's internal. Like it's already been internalized. You've already eaten it. You've already spit it around.
Take that reef on, baby.
But I would go out there whenever, like, if you had a one-on-one moment with a keeper,
Yeah,
I had no fear about going out there and like battling, and I got kicked a bunch.
and like sliding in and
I would
grabbing that
just,
ball.
yeah, I'd just go for it.
I love it.
Yeah.
I played goalie for a little bit, like, cause everyone like wants to play goalie at some point. You know what I
Oh,
mean?
everybody's like, I think I can do better than that guy.
Yeah, and
It's
I played
freaking hard.
indoor. I played goalie, and
I
8th
loved
grade.
indoor.
Yeah, and I
A lot of people out here haven't played indoor.
I
They're
know.
like, huh? Indoor? I'm like,
why did you have to
"Dude,
play indoor? You're like, dude, you want to play
You
indoor.
want to. It's freaking so fun.
Yeah, it's the best. But I remember we had like stands at midfield, you know what I mean? And like our friends would come watch games, and like during goal kicks, I would just like whoever's defending me, I would just start walking, and then they'd be standing there, and I'd just walk right into them and just like keep walking, and my friends would be like, "Give it to him, Los!" Like thinking it was tough.
Yeah.
I love that.
We had I played this with this intramural team, this like rec league in college, and this was so dumb. This is like a joke in the league. And now I look back on it, I'm like, nah, it's a little bit racist. I can see why people got upset. The team name was called Border Patrol.
Oh my god,
We had like fake badges on the front, and it said Border Patrol on the back.
Jesus.
Because we knew we were playing against a lot of Mexican dudes.
Yeah.
And we ended up getting in our team got in a fight with an all Mexican team because one of our guys was playing a little bit dirty, and one of their guys started the game off playing so dirty because they saw our jerseys. And it went into an all out brawl, and I was like on the sidelines, and the fight started, and the ref looks at me because I'm about to hop the fence and go over and door, and he goes, "If you hop over, you're all getting ejected, and like even if you're going to try help, you're getting ejected." I'm like, dude, come on, everybody's fight. I gotta go help on my friends, and then like it kept escalating. He goes, "All right, get out there,
Dude.
And I had to go out there, and I was just like, hey, come and say. Like I was like,
Dude, that's
calm down.
exactly the same exact thing happened to me.
Yeah.
The same exact thing. Indoor soccer, Woburn, Massachusetts, huge brawl. I was in the middle of it just pulling people off.
Yeah,
I
dude.
didn't have that. And then like I was so enraged because I've never fought. I just don't like it. It doesn't make any sense to me. You know what I mean? But I had so much anger because I was in the middle of this brawl and I didn't hit anyone. I didn't get hit. I ripped everyone off. I broke the whole thing up. And then afterwards I was like punching a wall. My friend's like, "Are you okay? What happened?" I'm like, "You didn't see the turmoil we were just in?"
Yeah.
Like,
you got to get it out somehow
yeah.
at that point.
But one day in indoor soccer, I had a free kick, and this kid was talking so much shit, and he didn't like back up to give space, and I hit a line drive into his nuts. He went down, the ball rolled back to me, and I one-timed it back post. Boom, indoor.
Whoa.
And I used to wear like green gazelles.
Yeah, you
with
did.
yellow socks.
Woo.
Green gazelles.
I guess every time you say green gazelles, a fairy drops by.
Hello, I'm a green gazelle. And I've come to tell you about the wonders of soccer.
What, is this a soccer fairy that's calling in?
I am.
I've always heard about you. Like whenever I used to play soccer, like a lot of my friends who played football called us soccer fairies, but I didn't really understand that it was a real thing. That it was an actual figment, like of like a unity of a being.
Oh, Jeremiah, I've always been close to the soccer games, and I remember many times being on your shoulder.
Wait, were you the one that helped me score that goal back in 1998? Whenever like I had that showdown, whenever they actually let me play forward a few times?
Well, I won't say for sure it was me, but I do remember once in 2001, you went to do a tinkle, tinkle, tinkle in the woods, and I was right there with you all along.
Wait, hold up. You watched me in the woods?
I didn't watch you. I helped you.
Wait, I mean, I was having a little bit of trouble getting the urine out of my penis because I was worried about, people
watching
and
stuff like that. I get that. Yeah, but I still think it's weird that there was like a fairy watching.
Yeah, hey, soccer fairy, why wouldn't you just like give me some privacy or whatever?
No fairy is allowed to give privacy because not only are we with you, we're inside you.
Okay, the longer that we have this conversation, the more that you're
I'm inside you.
Right now?
Today, yesterday, and every day before and following this.
Soccer fairy, I gotta admit, I don't know if I appreciate how loose you're being with me, and you're kind of putting me on blast right now in front of a lot of people. That
Do you remember when you were in 5th grade, you were playing soccer, and some parents brought orange slices, and you said, "Oh, I love orange slices."
Yeah, of course, we all love orange slices. That's not a
That
very
was
specific memory.
The soccer fairy.
Oh, really? Every single time orange slices came, that's the soccer fairy? I'm supposed to believe that?
Every single time, Jeremiah.
Oh.
And every time you bite into a pizza, and every time you look into your wife's eyes, know that I'm inside you, and I'm inside her too.
Okay, I'm starting to wonder if this is a demon and not a soccer fairy, because the things that you're saying, it doesn't sound like stuff that a fairy says.
Who knows the difference between love and hate better than the soccer fairy?
I'll be straight up, dude. This is one of the weirdest podcasts.
Dude, I was just thinking the same thing.
You know what I mean?
Like, I'm glad that like you hop back in, because there was a soccer fairy that was on the line that was freaking me out, and I think we lost her, fortunately, but things got off the rails,
Dude,
real quick, bro.
dude. Real quick, son.
Real quick. Real quick.
You know what I want to tell you? So when I'm heading over here this morning,
Yeah.
I stopped to get coffee in like mid-city,
Mm-hmm.
and I roll in, I see this guy, and I just look at him, and he looks at me, and then he looks away, then he looks at me again, and I go, "What's your name, dude?" And he goes, "Scott." I'm like, "That's right. What's up, man?" And he goes, "Yeah, what's your name?" And I'm like, "Jay." He goes, "How do I know you?" And I go, "I met you 13 years ago at a party in Marina Del Rey." And he goes, "Oh, that's right." I go, "Remember we were both trying to get the same girl?" And he goes, "Holy cow, dude. Yeah." And he goes, "What's up?" I'm like, "I married her, bro. We got 2 kids." And he goes, "No way." And I end up sitting there talking to him for like 15 minutes. Met him once at this party. We were both after my wife, Kate. And like, it's still a joke today. Like, me and my wife will be like, "Remember that guy? That was your guy. You wanted him." So then so we caught up. He just like lived in Italy for a year with his like wife, and they just traveled around. And I'm like, "How'd you do that?" And he goes, "We just decided we weren't getting any younger." Called my wife, and I'm like, "Do you want to know what you missed out on? Do you want to know what life you could have had? And I told her, I'm like,
Italy.
you could have been in Italy for a year traveling.
Yeah. Dude, I thought you were literally just like yanking this guy's chain. Like you were like messing with him.
No.
But like this story is like even better that like it was the actual guy.
It was the
I
dude.
thought you were pulling a Larson where you're like, don't I know you?
Yeah,
like
no,
that kind of
totally.
thing.
Yeah, I have done that, but no, not with this guy.
Dude, that's bizarre.
Yeah, it was.
Isn't it weird sometimes truly how small the world feels?
Yeah, well, that's what he said. He goes, dude, it's so crazy.
What are the
small
chances
world.
of you guys running into each other
Yeah.
again?
Well, here's the thing. He goes, you know what's crazy? He goes, I was just thinking the other day about my friend Adam. That's how I knew him, is he met my friend Adam because they're both from Chicago out here. And he goes, I was thinking of him like 2 days ago. I go, you know what, dude? I don't think it's crazy. I think it was just the universe being like, hey, you're going to meet that guy Jay again, whose chick you wanted, and he got. And then
He totally
took
got
her.
couple kids. Hello.
Hello, had sex twice.
What's up?
And so I don't even believe in small world anymore. I just think it's like that's the way everything's supposed to happen.
It's just supposed to unfold that way.
Yeah,
We're
we're going backwards, not forward.
Whoa. It's your time traveling stuff right there.
Mm-hmm.
Getting deep.
Yeah.
Dude, the first time I really got to know you, because we kind of knew each other a little bit.
Getting to know you.
Getting to know you. Oh.
Getting to know about you.
Oh, wow. Getting to look this a segment and everything. Getting to know you, Jay Larson.
I like that right there. You have a good voice too.
Oh, thanks, man.
Haven't I heard you sing elsewhere?
Yeah, I do stuff with like Pat Reagan and stuff. We're actually
Yeah.
about to release our debut album.
I mean, I feel like you've been recording this thing for months.
Dude, it's been,
Every time I see a video, back in the studio, you guys. Come on, son.
I mean, dude, it's been
Shit.
such a hard, long journey.
Reagan and Watkins.
Ooh, I like that. That sounds nice. Dude, we originally, like a year and a half ago, started recording the album.
Yeah.
We did most of the tracks. We got them back from the engineer, and we're like,
No bueno.
not good enough. And we
Ugh.
started over.
Good for you.
Yeah, we just didn't want to rush it. Like,
Yeah. Well, that's good because sometimes people throw out something that's like half baked.
they
and you're
sounded
"What's the point?"
sounded like demos, and we're like, dude, it took so long to write these songs and rehearse them. Like, we got to make sure they just weren't recorded quite to the T. But
Sure.
these new ones, like, I'm pumped about.
Yeah. What's up, son?
What's up, dog?
Yeah. What's up, baby?
So the first time we really got to know each other, you were headlining the La Jolla Comedy Store. I was going to go feature for you,
mm-hmm.
and I don't even remember how it started because we kind of knew each other before that. But like, I was like, I hate driving alone.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm going to hit up Jay. I don't know him that well, but I'm going to see if we can ride down to La Jolla together.
Which makes complete sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we had the best weekend.
Oh my God,
like,
we had a blast.
The drive down, like right away, like immediately, I was like, this guy is freaking dope, dude.
Nope.
And this is how I knew that we were going to be friends for life. La Jolla condo, we get all settled and situated. We're going to take like naps or whatever, like before the show, and do our own showers and everything. And Jay walks into my room completely butt naked. And he goes, you know, I have a real big problem with people who don't know how to deal with other
boundaries.
understand boundaries.
Yeah.
I don't understand. People don't get, like, people need their personal space. And he's looking at me dead serious, completely naked. And I'm like, this dude.
And you're dying. And
I'm
you're like, I think you said to me,
dying.
like, dude, I was going to do this same bit, you know? Because for when you're like married too, I don't get to do what, you know, I get to mess with my wife a little.
Yeah.
That's going on right now. But I don't like get to joke like when you're with comics. Comics,
No.
we can do whatever we want.
Whatever.
And who was that kid? Don't you remember that kid that was also there who was like hosting and we went to eat and he left his car somewhere and he got a ticket and he was like complaining about it and he kept complaining about this thing and then finally I was like, would you stop complaining? It's your fault.
Who was?
It's your fault, dude.
I forget who. Frick.
I don't care. I don't
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
remember. I just want to remember the situation that he was in and he kept, remember like we're at brunch at that place.
Yeah.
And I just like, I hit my limit with him. Like, dude, what are you not getting here? You fucked up.
Yeah.
I don't remember, but we had a blast.
But we had a blast. And then later, like the next day, before the show, I went into his room completely naked. I go, dude, I think I hit my alarm light. Did we miss the show? all running and sweating. He's like, all right, I see you.
You know, it was just a bit that's been done.
It's a bit that's been done among comics.
But we had fun. I just always love that you have like 6 different ways to do comedy. You know what I mean? You can do music. You can do straight stand-up, all these different things. And I remember being impressed and being like, shit, I just kind of do one thing. Just one. What happened now? You changed on me? Mm-hmm. Oh, no, I want that one.
Just one thing.
Oh, no, the medieval monks of this show are calling back in.
Jeremiah.
Oh, hello. We haven't heard from the medieval monks in a while on this show. Do you guys have any past or future updates that you want to share for the show?
We noticed you haven't been talking about God much lately.
Oh, haven't been talking much about God. Good dude. What do you want me to say?
I would like to know, or rather we, if you believe in the proverbial we. Do you believe in him, Jeremiah? Or have you lost your way?
No, I do believe in God. It's one of those things where I try not to talk about it too much on the podcast because I don't want to exclude anybody for what they believe or anything like that and make them feel uncomfortable if I'm talking about my beliefs. But
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah.
Well, it sounds to us like you don't believe.
Wow.
We have to go.
Okay.
Yo, I'm just gonna say, Jeremiah, that's some fucked up shit, man.
Yo, Barry, you're back,
Yo, I'm
dude.
just saying, man. You know how we say God, country, and
My
some
country,
other shit.
tis of thee. Yeah.
Yeah. So, I'm just saying, them monks, man, they aight.
Now, are you hanging out with those monks? You sound like you're back in the well that you came from,
That's
dude.
where I live, baby.
You live in that well, dog. Dude, that sounds straight up evil whenever you laugh.
Yeah, well, that's just shit.
Man, I didn't know. Like, you get a lot of calls coming in.
I
man.
know, dude. It's kind of wild.
Yeah.
I mean, when on your podcast and stuff, did you guys talk much about religion or anything like that?
I mean, we would with certain people, like especially guests. Like, there's a lot of comedians that like grew up like.
Well, whenever I did the crab feast, we talked a lot about my church camp experiences and stuff like that because they're just bizarre.
Pete Holmes was gonna be a priest or a pastor.
Yeah, he was going to seminary school, right?
Well, he went to Gordon College, which is a very Catholic. I think it's that's putting you to. I don't know.
Yeah.
Ari Shafir.
Yeah,
he was gonna be a rabbi.
Yeah.
He was deep
cut.
And you watch his act, you're like, Jesus, he was?
Oh,
Could
dude.
you imagine if that was your rabbi?
Oh,
Sup, Ari?
Sup, Ari? How you doing, man?
So we would always kind of get into, whatever. It's just funny because in comedy, so many of us have either had some kind of tormented thing or we have a perspective to see the world in a way that you're just like, no, man, religion's a joke.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? But then you see so many people still relate to it and find peace within it and a way to view the world. And our kids now, they go to a Lutheran preschool, so they have church once a week. And my friend was like, "You really want them going to church once a week?" And I'm like, "You know what? You know what they're learning? Being kind to other people. You're learning these fundamentals that people who might be atheist, I have family members that are atheists now, and their kids have nothing. We don't go to church, but they go at school, and we talk about God. And I definitely believe in something
like a higher
bigger
power
than me.
or something.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. I think that going off the church thing, as far as kids, because I went many times a week when I was a kid, there's little, at least taking the religion out of it completely or the belief system, just the moral building blocks
100%.
that they're teaching as kids. Because I was on the other extreme, where they beat it into us, if you're not kind to others, you're going to hell.
Yeah.
I mean, dude, it was super intense. It would be one of those things where
Do not do kind unto others as you would have them do unto you. You will burn in a fiery lake of hell. What do you think, Jeremiah?
It's Sunday morning. I'm just trying to,
You know, man, we got soccer this afternoon. I just figured church, donuts, and soccer. I don't know.
I was thinking about getting some Capri Suns and some orange peels later.
Seriously.
No, you will burn forever if you do not treat others nicely and you sin against the Lord.
So it was a little bit intense. It was a little bit different.
Yeah, dude.
But there's pros and cons. There's also, I think it had to be heavily dependent on the Sunday school teachers and the and different pastors, because it's not like you had the same one growing up. You know what I mean? It's just like there's different ones all throughout, just like teachers in grade school and middle school.
Yeah. I mean, I is that coming off me?
No, well, yeah. No, you're good.
Check. I always remember having I liked church. Like we would go and we'd see all of our friends, and like I kind of like the ritual of it. You know what I mean? Like going, but yeah, I don't know. I think religion is a tough thing, especially because like if you like, I don't know. I would have to do more research on like what the building blocks of it were and when it really.
Yeah, I don't enjoy
from.
the ritual anymore. I don't
Me
go. I
either.
don't go to like I don't go to church anymore.
Yeah.
I just don't. I'd rather have my own beliefs and relationship and all that stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I know. I think you can kind of carve out your own, and then instill. I keep telling my wife, I'm like, you know what I want our church to be with our kids? Volunteering. I want to like set up where like Sundays we go volunteer as a family and teach them like that's the way to see the world, and that's the, when they get a little older, they're not old enough right now to like be helping out and shit.
Right.
You want some more mashed potatoes?
But that's what I would love it to be.
Yeah.
Because I think that's like a great way to, show kids that.
Hallelujah.
Oh wow! It's the choir from my church whenever I was growing up.
Hallelujah.
I used to play saxophone at church, and
Did you really?
I did.
Man.
And that was considered like edgy, bro.
Oh hell yeah,
yeah,
dude.
man, that sexual instrument. I was
what
the only
mean?
saxophonist in that church band. Hi,
How many people are in that band?
man. There's like 3 other people.
No, for real?
There's a trumpet player. There's sometimes a clarinet player, and then there's always like an organ or
Yeah.
pianist.
My
Every
mother's
once in a while, we'd have a trombone, but yeah.
Oh yeah. My mom's a choir director at a church.
Oh, really?
She plays organ and
I
she
used to
runs
do
a choir and
church
stuff.
choir. I used to do church band. I used to do all the church plays. Man, I used to kill those church plays.
Dude, I used to do the church tap dancing. You know what I mean?
What is that?
There's no such thing, baby. What
What
plays were you doing?
So you think you can church dance? It's just like a lot of like like bowing and like praising and stuff,
praying and-
just like shimmying and like feeling the spirit.
I have come in the name of the Lord.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even remember some of the plays. I think I played Moses in one. There's definitely man, that's probably Amazon Prime. It's all good, dog.
Okay,
Man,
baby.
we get those Amazon
Okay.
Prime. Sometimes I get that Amazon Prime guy.
Yo, Jeremiah, it ain't Amazon Prime, man. It's me, Barry.
Oh, Barry, why you at my door, man?
'Cause
Why
I'm
you
bu-
knocking on the door?
I'm about to work you out, son.
Why, man? You must know that I'm like on a different diet right now, Barry.
I mean, what different diet you on?
Barry, you might think this is silly, but I'm on the keto diet right now.
I'm out. I'm out.
Break that down for me. I know so many dudes doing keto, and I just feel like anyone that does keto eventually is not going to be doing keto.
Oh no, I definitely am not gonna be doing it.
It's like you eat meat and cheese, and that's it.
Meat, cheese, anything that's like low carb, but you can have as much as you want. Like you can have like all the like I had like a burrito last night, right?
But without the wrap.
But without the tortilla. So I had I had the sour cream, the cheese, like the carne asada, all that stuff. You can have that, but the tortilla is what's like really bad on
Sure.
this diet out of it.
But how long you been doing it?
Dude, I'm like a week and a half in, and
Oh shit, man! You in for life,
it's
baby.
rough, man. Woo.
No, is it?
I'm doing it because my wife wanted to try it. She's like, I'll do it if you do it with me. I was like, "Oh, all right, I'll do it.
I've tried every single diet ever. Because I've been overweight for like 9 years.
Yeah.
And I told my wife, I'm like, I'm just done. I'm just done being overweight.
Mm-hmm.
But like what we do is shake in the morning, I drink this energy drink during the day,
Yeah.
and then I'll have like nuts or cashews as snacks.
Sure.
Salad, and then I just eat a normal meal. And we have carbs. We just take smaller portions. I think like the only way to really diet is to just live your life and just be like, hey, if I continue to work out and don't look at it as this like I want to drop 30 pounds in 2 months kind of shit.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to go back to normal eating because, dude, this is literally the longest I've gone without pizza in maybe years. I eat so much pizza every week, and I've gone a week and a half without it.
Yeah.
That is so long for me.
Yeah.
I usually have pizza at least once at least the longest will be 5 days.
So you just like eating wheels of cheese and shit?
Yeah. It's like literally cheese sticks, like tons of like pastrami, ham, turkey, eggs. Eggs are like a good filler.
Yeah.
There's different keto like options that my wife made. Like there's like a keto chili. It's like spinach and like high on meat and like some different stuff. And
Yeah, see, we doing these like healthy meal options and like a turkey chili, but with like what?
I can't do the turkey based stuff, like the turkey ground up turkey. Ugh.
No? Well, you could do beef, because you can do ground beef.
Yeah,
but
I
like
like
do
that beef.
beans, you know what I mean? You do beans.
See, you can't do beans on this freaking diet.
You can't do white beans?
I
Like
don't know.
Cannellini? What's up, cannellini?
Wait, cannellini, where you at?
Yeah.
Cannellini sounds like
Do you-
like a little like Italian deli owner.
I thought it was
Hey, my name's Cannellini.
cannellini.
Okay, now, what can I get you? Like some provolone in your sandwich, or
Yeah, I like a pasta. You do a pasta salad?
of course you do a pasta salad. Would you like ricotta noodles? Or,
I don't, not ricotta. I like ricotta in my omelets.
oh, you like the ricotta cheese in your omelet?
Yeah.
Okay. We can do an omelet for you. We can do pasta. What do you want then, huh?
You have omelets?
We got everything in this deli. We got pasta.
It's cannellini.
It's cannellinis. What are you talking about?
See, I thought cannellini sounded like an old race car driver, Formula One, like, and cannellini coming around the front of the turn. He's number one cannellini.
It sounds like a race driver. I thought you were doing like he was a horse jockey for a second.
I'm not good at
Coming around the corner, it's Cannellini. He's leading on the front, going to the back, again. Cannellini, but he knows he's climbing. I'm Cannellini wins the race. Cannellini.
Cannellini. Do they have horse racing?
Yo, who that?
I said, open that goddamn door, Jeremiah. I said, open that goddamn.
Man, these Amazon Prime people are freaking aggressive.
Can I drop the reel on you?
What?
We canceled Amazon.
Did you?
Everything.
That's got to be real hard.
And we were Prime. We canceled Prime, Amazon, everything. It's been like almost a month.
How you doing, man?
We're doing good. Nowhere near the packages. It's just like things that we would normally get delivered, like, diapers, like paper towels, all that basic stuff that you just order on the reg that just keeps coming.
Yeah.
No mas, baby.
Wow.
So-
You feel better, though?
It doesn't bother me.
Yeah.
I'm glad. I mean, and we just did it, but like we'll just have to go to Target and stuff like that more, just
Yeah.
get it all in one place. But
Maybe it's good to get out of the house a little bit more.
I mean,
You get
We can
so
still have stuff
complacent with
delivered.
like the amount sometimes. If you're ordering stuff online all the time, then it's like,
Yeah.
oh man.
yeah, it's a ton. Best horse racing story I ever heard. I got this buddy Richard, he's an arms dealer,
Okay.
and he's got this crazy voice like this, and he was talking about coolers. You know what a cooler is?
No, what's cooler?
Like when you're gambling, like if like you're like on a hot. Remember that movie, The Cooler, with William H. Macy and Alec Baldwin?
No.
Oh, dude, it's a really good movie. If you guys haven't seen it, go watch it.
No, was Alec Baldwin? Was he the guy who?
No, he was like the head of the casino who employed William H. Macy to cool down tables. So when people are in hot streaks, a cooler is a guy who's bad luck and shows
We
up
gotta
and
send
people.
somebody over to table 4.
Yeah, and it's what he would do. Exactly. And it'd be William H. Macy. And it was like him trying to get out of this life of being a loser. He was a loser. It's a sad, it's got like that depressing kind of like the wrestler kind of vibe to it, Anyway, my buddy Richard is like, do you believe in coolers, Jay? And I was like, yeah, I think so. And he goes, I'll never forget the time we were at the track. I was there with my friend Fat Simon. We'd all bet on the same horse. And I go, yeah. And he goes, the horse was coming around the final turn. Fat Simon goes, we're in the clear. I said, you shut your mouth, you fat fuck. He goes, Jay, 2 seconds later, a German shepherd ran onto the track and spooked our horse. He went from first to fourth. We all lost our money. And he goes, Fat Simon, Jay, the cooler. That's all real.
That's a great story.
He's a great, hilarious dude.
I'm gonna have to watch this Cooler movie.
It's depressing. It's depressing.
Hey, why don't you go over to table 6 and maybe Jay, maybe break some legs or something.
Well-
maybe spill some drinks on a guy's confidence. What do you think?
Yeah, I don't know if I feel good about that. I just thought maybe I'd go over and just grab
Jay.
I mean, I got comped at the buffet, so I just figured
Yeah, you work for me now, okay?
Well, I work. Yeah, okay, Alec.
Hey,
I work for your hair is who I'm working for.
you want to work for my hair?
Did you see his comedians in cars getting coffee?
I'm about to answer this door.
Go ahead. I mean, we're editing anyway, right?
No, it usually goes straight through. I don't know what is going on.
Who's there?
Who there? What?
Manager.
Oh, man. I'm doing a podcast right now.
Sounds like he might need you.
All right.
I mean, go for it. We're already done
All right.
this.
Man,
You
frick.
still there?
All right, 1 second.
He's serious.
Yeah, I think it was a scheduled thing that I
this'll
forgot about.
Oh, this will be a thing. Go ahead.
This will be a thing. Keep talking.
Yeah,
Let's
I'll
see.
keep
All
talking.
right, keep entertained.
As Jeremiah heads to the door, we wait to see what happens. He opens it. His manager looks in. He's a middle-aged Asian man with glasses. He's wondering what's going on. Jeremiah is inquisitive. Turns out there's something that needs to happen in the apartment. Jeremiah is concerned, but not as concerned as the man is about Jeremiah's jean shorts. He turns and leaves. He's an Asian man who colored his hair blonde. He's not sure why he did it. It wasn't bleach blonde like a cool Asian guy. It was like, it was his hair? Did he do his? All right, hold on.
Did he do is his hair blonde?
Yeah, it's bleached.
Yeah, but it's not like bleach. You know, like when Asian dudes. And
We're going to keep this thing going. I don't freaking care. I don't think that's ever been done before. A city inspection on a podcast? There's like 5 dudes in my house now. This is wild, people. Woo! They're testing alarms and stuff. This is getting...
and things are going down.
I don't think a city inspection has ever happened on a podcast before,
I don't
man.
think so either. How's everything look, guys?
The men look around the apartment inquisitively as Jeremiah and Jay wonder.
What are they doing here?
Jeremiah wonders why.
How's it look? Good stuff? What about the wall art? You like the wall art? You guys take that into consideration? No?
They didn't take that into
What about that
consideration,
giraffe?
no.
What do you think about that giraffe?
It's a sexy giraffe.
Sexy
Do you hear that?
giraffe.
Sexy giraffe. It's good stuff. Well, we're going right now. Do you want to join us? Yeah, all right.
You're busy?
All right. This has to be one of the most bizarre moments I've ever had on a podcast. He asked us off camera. He said, "What do you guys talk about?" And I said, "Do you want to come on the show?" He said, "Nah,
Yeah, I'll get in trouble.
I'll get in trouble." I don't know.
They're going to go attach them right now.
Yeah,
Looks like your smoke detectors are out.
yeah, maybe, man. Looks like one of them might be.
I love city work. There's 3 dudes.
There's 3 of them.
3 guys to check that smoke detector, huh?
Oh, you're
Oh, we're training somebody?
Training a new guy? All right. Yeah, right now, it literally, the door is like, it was like the SWAT team of city
You know it.
inspection. He's like, I can hear them laughing and talking. Oh, we're all good. See?
Later, guys.
Man, sometimes you got to push through stuff. Make
Get
it
to the
happen.
other
I don't know.
side.
I don't know if that's
Break on through.
I don't know if that's a huge dent in this podcast listen. How did it feel?
Man, I gotta say, what a pussy you are, Jeremiah. I would've told him, get the fuck out here. I'm in the middle of shit.
Barry, here's the issue: is this is a little bit on me because because there was a written notice that they were going to come between 10 and noon today, but it was one of those things where I had to reschedule with the guest that was scheduled yesterday.
Yeah.
So I forgot that this was actually going on today.
Yeah, man. Well, let me just tell you some shit right now. You start coming to Barry's fucking boot camp, you ain't messing shit up like that, player. And I don't give a fuck who canceled, when they can. Whatever.
All right, Barry. Well, Jay, this is
That's on me then.
a little bit. No,
Nah, I mean, I guess so.
we'll go. I think I'll keep it in just for.
It's been a long 6 days for me.
Has it?
Oh, yeah.
What's been going on, man?
You know, sometimes life just starts tackling you, and you got to fight back, and you're just like,
Yeah.
you know, and then, you know, you misread text. I misread 2 texts, yours, and then this other guy. I hit him up like we're doing this road date together, and I go, hey, man, what's up with that date? And he goes, oh, man, I was waiting to hear back from you, and I reread his text, and I'm like, oh, I guess I could. He basically said like, hey, so I think Milwaukee's not going to happen, and I don't know about Fort Wayne. You want to just shelf it? And I thought he meant shelf both of them, but what he meant was shelf Milwaukee and move forward with Fort Wayne. Which, by the way, Fort Wayne, I'll be out there in Indianapolis. What's up, baby?
Yeah.
October. Yeah, you know. You ever been out to Fort Wayne?
Multiple times, actually.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
With Kill Tony. You guys were just there.
We were just there, and then I
was
headlined
it?
a comedy festival there the year before.
Oh,
The
dope.
Mommy, Mary, and Joseph is it's like a newer festival.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there's Fort Wayne, dude. People are super cool out there and super appreciative for us to go out there because they said that they don't get much comedy out there.
I'm going to
Yeah.
where you guys did Kill Tony.
Oh, dude, it'll be fun.
Let's Do It, right? Or is that the name of it?
Let's Fest or whatever.
Let's Fest. Yeah, like
something like that.
yeah.
The people who run that,
That's exactly
they're
where
good
we're gonna do
people.
the show.
Yeah, it's a cool venue.
Awesome.
Yeah, dude. Let's get into this
Yeah.
next segment, fanning out.
Fanning out. Questions from fans.
At the Logan Hazlitt on Instagram, what was your worst heckler moment like, and how did you handle the situation? Do you have a worst heckler story?
I haven't like ever been heckled to a point where like someone was saying something that I felt terrible.
Yeah.
But
But
like,
you do a lot of crowd work though,
Yeah.
so sometimes people can come back at you with something that you might catch you off guard a little bit.
if someone comes back with something that's hilarious, I will definitely acknowledge. I'm like,
You're just like,
that was hilarious.
yeah,
Kudos to you. The worst thing that happened wasn't even someone's fault. I just had these 2 twins in the front row, and I didn't know they were twins. They're like older, and I go, "Are you guys wearing the same?" This is at the OR at the Comedy Store. I go,
Yeah.
You guys wearing the same sneakers?" And they go, "Yeah." I go, "Why?" They go, "'Cause we're twins." And I go, "Yeah, well, you're not 8. Why are you still wearing the same kicks?" And then it was the day before Mother's Day, and I'm like, "Where are you guys from?" Like St. Louis. I'm like, "Why aren't you at home with your mom?" And one dude just looked at me and was like, and I go, "Is she no longer with us?" And they go, "Yeah." And the room was real quiet, and I made a joke with another couple that I've been talking to, so it like diffused the room, but one of the brothers just stared off for like the next 2 minutes and then got up and left. And afterwards, when I got off, the other brother left, and I grabbed him like, "Dude, I'm so sorry, man." And he goes, "No, dude, you were hilarious." And I'm like, "Yeah, but your brother seemed really upset." And he's like, "Yeah, you know." And I go, "Is this recent?" And he goes, "Yeah, that's why we came out here, was like to get away from like thinking about her." And I was like, they probably bought the sneakers for the trip or some shit. And I was just like, oh man. So I kind of heckled myself, I guess.
Yeah, that'll happen sometimes. It's easy, like whenever you engage with people, like I put my foot in my mouth all the freaking time.
Yeah. I don't
But-
think heckling's that big as what people think.
I don't think it's as big as people think, but I think that it also depends on the quality of show you're doing. If you're doing a lot of
Yeah.
clubs and stuff, they don't allow that. But if you're doing like weird one-nighters and bars and stuff, that's where all the heckling happens because there's no restrictions. There's not somebody at the door being like, "Hey, turn off your cell phone, like don't heckle the comedians,"
Sure.
all that.
I did a show in Oregon years ago when I was first starting, and like it was in a bar, and the front row were all like biker dudes and chicks, and I just don't know how to relate to that kind of those. That's just not me, you know. And these dudes wouldn't stop talking, and finally I just go, "Hey, you, yeah, you fat fuck. How about you shut your fucking goddamn mouth before I come down there and I shut it for you?" And the whole place like clamped down. And then I go, "Ha ha ha, you see what I did? He thinks I'm serious." And they laughed their ass. I was so scared. They laughed, everyone laughed, and then I finished the show.
Yeah.
But that could have gone one of two ways.
Could have gone, yeah, like,
I'll see you in the parking lot, boy.
Or I'll see you on that stage in 2
Yeah,
seconds.
right?
Yeah. Nah, baby.
My mouth, your dick. It's happening right now.
What?
I'm going to suck your dick in front of this entire crowd.
What?
I'm going to get on my knees and slobber your knobber and embarrass you and make you come and like it in front of this crowd.
All right, dude. Yeah.
okay, this,
I like that
this is
shit.
a weird heckle.
Yeah, man. You know what? I like your vibe,
You
dude.
know what? You good one.
what?
Nick _arena 777 on Instagram. Do you have meatball PTSD or do you always order your meatballs well done?
That's a joke because my mom cooks her meatballs medium rare. Nah, man. I just check them all. You know what I mean?
Just open them up.
Check them meatballs.
Check to see if the pink is too stink and then move on.
Get out of there,
Yeah,
baby.
get out.
Yeah, I used to work at this place called Bertucci's. It's like a chain restaurant back in Massachusetts and around New England. And they made they would bake their meatballs so they come out like greasy.
Yeah.
And they had the best rolls. And you want to know a secret? I would cut that roll in half, pop a meatball in, and then just lemon juice all over it.
Ooh.
Damn, son. No
Man,
need for tomato sauce.
I don't think anybody's ever turned down a secret.
Yo, you
Like,
want to
hey,
hear a secret?
You want to hear?
Nah,
Man, I'm good.
Nah, I'm good.
Really? Yeah, man, I'm not feeling like a secret kind of mood
Nah,
today.
it's not secret.
I'm not that kind of guy.
I don't want the responsibility.
I like
man.
I don't want that hinging over me later. I'm thinking about it like other people don't know this. I do know this. Keep your secrets to yourself.
I used to do a bit where if someone ever says to you, if you ever say to someone, "Hey man, can I tell you a secret?" and they answer with, "Who am I gonna tell?" You're like, "Nah."
Yeah, you're
You
telling
can't tell-
everybody.
Yeah, you're telling
yeah. What are you
everyone.
talking about?
Get the fuck out of here.
That's the worst response. At Manny H Comedy. Sup, Jay? What's the hardest sickle cell has made you laugh? Hashtag FTCF. Hashtag players.
I mean, sickle cell. God, it's
Ryan
so tough.
Sickler.
I think normally Rye makes me laugh. I don't really lose my shit laughing. I wish I did. It just doesn't happen anymore. But when Rye loses it laughing, because we'll lose him
It's
like
infectious.
once every 6 podcasts, he'll like go off the rails and we can't. It's hard to pull him back. That's when I laugh the most because I love seeing people like lose it. You know what I mean? I love seeing people happy and having enjoyment. So usually when he loses it is when I enjoy it the most.
Why do you think that you don't let yourself like
I don't know.
let go like that anymore?
It's not. I don't because like I think that's part of my comedy is just like keeping a straight face on when jokes are happening. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? And so for me, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I just don't have happiness anymore. I just can't. I don't see like it just doesn't happen to me anymore.
Yeah.
I think when I was younger, I used to like lose it once in a while, but I was always the guy creating the laugh. I don't know. I mean, trust me, I'm open to get my ass handed to me with laughter.
Right.
But even when I see like comedians I love make hilarious jokes, I'll laugh. But a lot of time I'm just like deconstructing it, being like, "Oh man, that's such a good joke."
Right. It's
know?
a different kind of laugh. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I like kind of seeing different art forms sometimes, like different performances that are like not stand up, so I won't break them down like that, so I can just enjoy it. You know
For
what I mean?
sure.
Like if I go and see like a play or something, I don't do plays anymore. I'll enjoy it and just sit back and watch because I'm not analyzing like I would have done this choice or I would have done.
sure.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know. This question was a lot from multiple people. At Untrained iPod, will you do a pitch touch with Jeremiah? And I'm gonna say I don't think we should actually.
I just can't. Yeah.
I don't think we should.
I don't touch anyone pitches but Ryan Sickles. You know what I'm saying?
You see that? Oh crap!
Hey,
yeah.
I love when people try and do Rye.
Yeah. Hey,
Hey, everybody.
hey, everybody, how you doing? Welcome to Crab.
Oh, I did Jeremiah's podcast today. Oh, you did? Yeah. How was Jeremiah?
Oh, how was it, man? Was it good? What was going on there, man? Let's see here. At Great Pole Knoll, if you could bring one thing from the Northeast to LA, what would it be?
You mean besides the weather?
Yeah.
I would love to bring the weather.
Weather first?
I would love to bring can I give like 5 things?
Yeah, of course.
I'd like to bring fall, so
I do miss fall living in Kansas.
yeah, fall. I would bring the attitude You know, people that are just like talk to you straight up. They don't back down really in the Northeast.
Do you find that people get way more offended out here whenever you try to bust their balls and stuff like that?
No, I think people kind of like it. You know what
Yeah?
I mean? I don't bust balls. My busting balls is like super subtle, and I get them on my side where they kind of like see their own thing. But they're sometimes taken aback by the fact that I'm like talking to them. I'm like, hey, this is what, why are you talking to me?
Yeah.
A roast beef place, like good roast beef joints, like they're all over where I grew up.
Yeah.
There's one close to you, actually, down La Brea. There's one. I would take that. Apple picking, which also goes along with the fall. I just don't really find that out here.
Did you ever used to go to a local cider mill on a field trip or anything like
Hell
that?
yeah, son.
Yeah, I used to do that.
Yeah, I still go when we used to go visit my wife. There's a farm near her, and they have an apple orchard, so we've picked apples there, and you can get cider there. And anytime you go to a place that has apple picking and cider, you know what else they have? Cinnamon sugar donuts. They always make donuts and dip them in cinnamon and sugar, and they're unbelievable.
I mean, come on.
Come on, baby.
Come on, man.
So I would take all that, and then just the ability to just like drive.
Yeah,
You know
without
what I mean?
being bumper to bumper at any
Yeah.
moment, all the traffic lights and stuff like that.
Yeah, like
even
even
on
if
the
you
highway, it's like,
Yeah, even if you lived in Boston, you could be out of the city in 15 minutes and get to a place where you could just drive. Yeah, and like listen to music. Like we went to dinner last night, my wife and I'm like, let's go to Malibu just so we can drive a little. You know what I mean? Open the sunroof, put some music on,
yeah.
drive. What's up, baby?
What's up, baby? Hang those kids out the window. Get a little breeze on them.
Oh, we got a
Have
sitter
a little
last night.
adventure.
We got a
Oh,
sitter.
Oh, one of those nights.
We were like, hey, let's just save some money. We got some gift cards, and then we went to it was back to school night.
yeah.
So we got a sitter, and then I was like, let's just drive to Malibu. I kind of want to be out there. And she's like, all right. We end up going to this super, super expensive joint, and the whole night cost us like $450 for dinner, sitter, food for the kids. We're like, yeah, that wasn't how we're supposed to save money,
No.
but we enjoyed it.
But it was a good one.
We were like, what's up, baby?
Sometimes you gotta treat yourself, man.
Yeah.
Let's see here. This is a fun one. At Weiler Tenzel, best and worst memory from your show, Best Bars in America.
I mean, I think I loved it. I loved doing that show. I had so much fun. Easily the worst thing was just being away from home so much.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I loved being out on the road and just like sleeping in hotels, and you know what I mean? Like we always stayed in nice hotels. We always traveled first class. Like we were dialed. And it was an awesome show because I love restaurants and food and booze, so I was trying like cool drinks all the time. But I think the best time was going to Austin and having my buddy Matt Botticelli at Botticelli's out there on South Congress and doing tequila shooters with him and being able to like celebrate my friend who has a successful restaurant.
You got a lot of friends with cool names, man.
Yeah.
Botticelli, Cannellini.
Cannellini. Dude, man. It's his cousin, man, the Cannellinis.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, man. They got a
Okay.
good outfit.
It's real. Yeah, my cousin, he owns a bar, he's a
Botticelli.
Botticelli.
Yeah.
All right.
I missed that show. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I wanted to do it again, yeah.
Yeah. I watched it randomly whenever I was years ago, like in a hotel room. It was on.
Just,
And I
it
was
used to
like,
be on all the time.
heck yeah.
Yeah, baby.
I was like, that's Jay Larson right there, man. I think that a lot of people want to know about this. You and Ryan Sickler announced recently that you guys are ending the Crab Feast, kind of moving on to some different projects. From Twitter at BusXDriver, love the Crab Feast. Sad that it's ending, but excited for what's next. Do you have any idea what you are going to call your next podcast or the format of it?
Yeah, I know exactly what it is and the format. It's going to be a little different. I just kind of wanted. I just didn't think doing another storytelling podcast was key for me, just because we did it and I wanted to try something different. So I'm going to do a new podcast called Throughline. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take one object, one thing, one item, one passion of mine, and then use it as a through line to interview like interesting people. So I bought a typewriter recently and I started typing letters. So I'm taking this letter that like my grandfather got when he retired, and I'm going to read that letter and talk about because when you type a letter, like you said, writing an email, you have to put a lot of work into writing an email. Writing a letter is even harder. You have minimal space. You can't just delete. Yeah,
It's
exactly.
so focused.
Yeah, you have to know exactly what you're saying, the economy of words. And so I'm going to take that letter and then I'm going to interview the guy at the typewriter shop who keeps this typewriter shop going. He's like this super interesting guy I met when I was there. And then hopefully I'm going to get this other guy who's a big celebrity, who I can't say who it is, who still types letters and does it all the time and like is really passionate about typewriters. So I'm going to use one item to through line to a couple different guests, and that should be coming out the first week of November.
Oh, heck yeah.
Yes, huh?
Perfect time.
And then I'm going to do one like on vinyl records. I'm doing one on playing cards. I'm doing one on a set of binoculars I have.
Dude,
So-
that sounds not only like a podcast, but it sounds like they could easily be a TV show too.
Oh, yeah. You said it, baby.
Hey, man, yeah. I'm just saying, like, that sounds super interesting.
Yeah, I'm
Because if you know, especially since you've already have your experience doing like the best bars kind of show.
Yeah.
Like if you're going through that angle and you're interviewing people like this, it sounds like that could be like another TV show.
Yeah, well, I just have like a lot of things I'm interested in outside of comedy, and I think like a lot of people like that comedians and musicians and artists have they have interests outside of their art, and I want to like show that to other people because I feel like we should all be wondering and be inquisitive and be reaching out to other things. And I think as comedians, we're always going to find the humor in stuff.
Oh yeah.
So it's like it doesn't have to be comedy driven. The comedy will be driven from the thing that we're like talking about.
Some of my posts that people like to look at the most online has nothing to do with my comedy.
Yeah.
Like whenever I go skating, people love like seeing either how
you
bad or
break your
see me
body.
break my body.
That was
Yeah.
I mean I watched that with my wife. I'm like, can you believe he got this on film? Like unbelievable.
I couldn't believe that he literally right before I did it, he goes, whoa, 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 let me film this. And that's whenever I should have backed off. Like as soon as a camera comes on for
Yeah.
that kind of stuff, it's destined for tragedy.
But you healed like a fucking 2-year-old heals.
6 weeks.
Yeah, dude.
And then I did physical therapy.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah.
maybe it was a little longer. But
yeah,
I-
but I mean, dude, you boys doing push-ups
You
and
know
stuff
what I'm
now.
saying?
Man, I just gotta get
Shit.
my pull-up game back. You know
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. Pull ups.
But no, a lot of people were surprised how quickly I healed.
Yeah.
Because
Not as quickly as you put on 30 pounds and took it off.
hey,
You know?
did you hear about what I just did for my most recent stunt?
No.
I did a live Brazilian wax on Kill Tony on Monday.
Oh man. Psycho. What were you wearing? Like a banana hammock?
No, I was completely. I was behind a curtain. We curtained it off,
Oh,
and
okay.
2 professional waxers did it, and I was completely naked.
Oh my god.
But then
Was it
what
painful?
honestly, dude,
Yeah.
there was moments of it that were equally painful to when I broke my arm.
Dude, I've had my back waxed, and
It's horrible.
my wife's like, why don't you do that all the time? I'm like, are you out of your goddamn mind?
It's like it's devastatingly painful.
Yeah, it's no joke. If you've done it, I don't suggest the Brazilian, but you know,
You know, but your boy's real smooth down there.
oh,
now.
baby.
Yeah.
But you're smooth for like a week, and then you're sharp. Those little pricklies come out, baby.
Those little pricklies come out to get you. This is a very specific question. At Bra Pulido on Twitter. After growing up with Ish Kabibble, will the Larsons have a dog or cat in the household? If so, potential names. #FTCF.
Yeah,
Got
baby.
a lot of Crap Feast fans.
I know, they're the best,
they're-
man.
yeah.
They're such great people. Yeah, I had a dog growing up and a cat. The cat ran away. The dog wanted to run away. I don't know, man. I love animals, but it's like it's a huge responsibility. It's not like you just get a dog and then the dog's there. Like you want to
No.
go on vacation, figure out the dog. So we got 2 kids. That's enough right now. My daughter loves cats, and there's something about me that's like, yeah, it'd be cool to have a cat, but at the same time, like, cats don't really love you.
The hair is my issue.
Yeah.
Once they're in your place,
Yep.
dude, I have a buddy who has a cat, and like, there's literally only one chair that I'll sit in at his place because it's wooden, and I
Yeah.
can brush
Yeah.
the hair off. Everything else, it clings to everything.
It clings everywhere. I would like to have chickens.
That would be dope.
That's the one thing. Like when I own my own home, someday I want chickens.
I want a bunch of turtles. I
Oh,
grew
yeah.
up with a lot of turtles, so I want a bunch of
man.
turtles.
You want nothing says weird dude like turtles, baby.
What's up,
What's
dog?
up, dog?
Well, unless I had snakes, that tops the turtle kid.
yeah, it surely
in
does.
school.
And the
It's like,
lizards.
"Hey, do you want to see my pet snake?
Yeah,
wanna see it?"
totally.
You're like, I don't know if I trust that kid.
I don't know if I want to see a snake.
Better give him a snake than a gun.
Good point. Good point.
Better that.
Yeah.
You know? Anyway. let's see. We'll do one or two more. A lot of people are asking this question too. I don't even know if you can talk about it, but at James J. Halton on Twitter, why did you and Ryan Sickler bury the Kevin Brennan episode of the Crab Feast? Follow up. Did Kevin Brennan kill the Crab Feast?
Oh, no. Kevin Brennan had nothing to do with the Crab Feast at all. You know what I mean? To be honest, I don't even like talking about that dude.
Okay.
I just don't even like he went out after he did our podcast, and before we had decided to not even air the podcast, talked a lot of trash about us for no reason and totally exaggerated a ton of stuff. And Ryan and I were just like, there's no point even talking about him because he's just not, that dude is just not anyone I want to shine any amount of light on.
Oh, then we'll move on.
Yeah.
Easy as that. Let's see here. Happiest memory as a young Jay Larson at John Monjordan on Instagram.
I think it's really hard to like categorize the happiest,
the happiest,
greatest,
or maybe one that sticks out whenever you say childhood. We were talking about sports and different things. Is there like an era of like, let's say middle school, where like maybe you have a memory you're like, like that was like a cool moment or something?
Yeah. I mean, I really used to love playing sports. I love playing soccer. Soccer was like the most fun. I love that team aspect.
How
of
long
soccer.
did you play for?
From like 5 till 18. And then I tried out in college. I was like, oh, I could, I wasn't good enough to play on my college team.
Dude, my dad, this has always been one of my what ifs. You know how everybody has what ifs? Like, what if I would have kept doing this? Or what if I would have gone down this path instead of the comedy path? One of my what ifs is soccer, because my dad put a nix on whenever my team started getting really good and we went to like premiere and stuff like that around like right before middle school. And we started traveling a lot. He's like, you're playing on Sundays and these tournaments keep coming up, you're done. Like,
because he didn't want to do it?
He didn't want, it was expensive first.
Yeah.
Like for like all the like, it started getting crazy. Like whenever you start getting in more advanced stuff, like all the matching bags, the jerseys, all that stuff, the new shoes that need to be matching and everything. And but the traveling and the different tournaments that we started to go to started to like get expensive. But most of the tournaments were on Sundays, like most of them, where I was from. And my dad's like, nah.
Yeah, it's a lot of travel.
Yeah.
You know what? I just remembered what I think it was. I think the thing I miss most and was the greatest thing about growing up was mowing my lawn. I had a sit-down mower. We had an acre of land. It's the biggest yard in our entire town. It was huge. And we had the sit-down mower came with the house. Like when my parents bought the house in 1978.
That's a funny idea. Like, mower comes with the house because you're going to freaking need it.
Yeah, because it was like you had to have a sit-down. So I used to love mowing that lawn, and like you just sit on it. It would take me like an hour or 2 hours, something like that. Maybe not, maybe an hour and a half. And I'd always run out of gas halfway through, and I had to like get off the mower and go out front and get gas and then come back out. And I also mowed my Nana and my aunt's lawn in Reading. And so like my aunt used to pick me up, and I would drive. They would take me over there, and I'd mow their backyards, and then they'd make me lunch, and I'd like eat on the porch, and they'd give me like $10. And then when I got in high school and had my license, I would drive over there and mow their lawns and then drive back. And I loved mowing lawn.
You take pride in those lines?
Yeah, I mean, it was cool. Like sometimes I would do diagonal and stuff like that.
I was just about to ask you, what's your preference, son?
But I just
horizontal, vertical, diagonal.
Yeah, I like the diagonal a little bit. But it was such a long yard, just going down
it's hard
and
to
back
do.
was fun.
Yeah.
But I just like, I don't know, there was something awesome about just being out there and feel like I was taking care of our house.
I just love the smell.
Oh, the smell. Dude, I used to wear cologne called Grass.
Really?
Gap made it. What's up, baby?
Hey, Gap.
It was the best, man. And then they discontinued and they started making Earth, and I will start wearing that.
And then I started wearing Mud, and it started getting a little weird.
Yo, Mud. My kids have markers that smell, and one of them is Mud.
I got this new perfume from my girl, Sinkhole.
Woo, baby.
Man, sweeps me off my feet.
Dude, I got City Inspector.
Really?
Yeah.
Dude, they enter a podcast sometimes, right?
Once in a while.
Like sometimes you spray and then the city's just they they raid your
you
house.
gotta walk into it. Yeah.
Everything good in here?
Crazy.
Let's get into this final segment, Sax Talk.
Yeah.
Oh, Sax Talk.
How long you been playing sax?
This is grade school.
Yeah. I played drums, but I remember when kids were playing sax. You got a dent on it over there.
Oh, this is an old one.
Yeah. Is that an alto?
Dom Herrera also. That might be from Dom. He kicked it over on accident out at Moon Tower, and he felt horrible. He's like, "Oh, I'll buy you a new one." I'm like, "I'm not gonna. This is such an old sax. I'm not gonna have you buy me a new one."
But I prefer a baritone.
But I prefer, yeah. Let's get the big one.
You ever see that band that plays in the subway in New York with that guy who's dancing and
Too
stuff?
Many Zoos. They're fan-freaking-tastic. Look
man.
up Too Many Zoos if you want to see some great saxophone playing and a guy who's like really talented with like he can make
Energy.
crazy noises and beatboxes through his sax, like, and he's got great energy. Yeah, able to dance and move while he plays is awesome.
Yeah, those guys are fresh. That baritone, that's a baritone sax, right?
Yeah,
That thing is like a beast.
Yeah, it's huge. Well, the range on that thing is, I mean, it's way lower, obviously, but it's like, it's still.
Yeah.
This is the alto's that higher range.
Yeah.
It's comparable to a female voice, they say. The tenor is comparable to a male voice, and then the baritone is just, otherworldly. It's
They say it's comparable to Barry, baby.
yeah, I mean, Barry, you've been calling in a lot this show.
I'm just saying I've been here the whole time.
I mean, like, I can't, you've been here, but like, you turned me down for your program. It's been a little bit frustrating. Like,
Hey, I'm just saying, man, anyone coming in with an alto sax ain't ready for the boot camp, baby.
yeah, he finds out that I play sax, and he's like, "Hey, man, we can't have that here."
Pulls you out in the middle of class.
Hey, can I talk to you for a second? You play alto? Man, we can't have your kind around here playing.
Can't. My kind.
I mean, I think it's a bad look. My kind. What does that mean? Whoa.
I think you know exactly what I mean.
I mean,
fancy.
did you just call me fancy?
Maybe.
All right. I didn't think that I was a Reba McEntire song, but I guess I am, man.
Are you a Royal Tenenbaums fan?
No, I've never seen it.
Oh my God! Are you
I still haven't
serious?
seen it.
Oh, dude, there's this amazing scene where Gene Hackman's sitting in the kitchen, and God, what the heck's his name? The guy from Who's the guy from Not Die Hard. Opposite Bruce Willis, in all those movies they made, 3 movies, The Cops, Black Guy.
Isn't that Mel Gibson and Danny Glover?
Danny Glover. So Danny Glover's playing Gene Hackman's ex-wife's husband or like boyfriend, and he comes in the kitchen, and Gene Hackman's sitting there in a robe smoking a cigarette, and he goes, "Hey, Hank, can I ask you something?" And he comes in, and he goes, "Can I ask you something, Hank?" And he goes, "Yeah." And he goes, "You trying to steal my woman?" And he goes, "What?" He goes, "You heard me, Coltrane." And Danny Glover goes, "You just call me Coltrane?" And he goes, "No. But if I did, there's nothing you could do about it." And he just called him Coltrane. It's the greatest.
That's awesome.
Greatest.
So I'm going to play some sax underneath Jay as he shares a story of a sexual encounter, and we're going to sax it up during sax talk.
Okay.
You got one on the mind?
Yeah, I got one.
All right.
Not proud of it, but I got one.
All right. Whenever you're ready, I'll start playing along.
This is, I remember I was in college. I was a sophomore, had recently flunked out of college, and I was dating a girl who was older than me. And it was a rainy afternoon, and she was at my house, and nobody was around. It was summertime, and the summertimes in Massachusetts, when it rains, it's still warm out. You have the windows open, the rain's coming down, and I really, really like this girl. And one thing led to another, and it was going to be we were going to make love. And I wasn't super experienced in lovemaking, because I'd only done it with one other person. And this girl, like I said, was a little older, and I was really into her. And we had dated for a while, had moments like, just great. The kind of like moments, like those cool moments where you like sit on the floor of a kitchen and share ice cream out of like a pint together. Like moments like that, like cool, connective moments. But now we were going to connect for the first time, and I was putting on a condom to have sex, to have intercourse, to make love. And when I put the condom on, I came. which is very embarrassing. And I didn't know what to do because I didn't have confidence. I didn't have, maturity to say, hey, sorry, I'm so into what's about to do. I just came. And so I just stopped and said, I can't do this. I just said I couldn't do it. I didn't know what else to do. And I felt terrible because then she probably felt it was something about her. Yeah. And I felt it was one of the worst things ever in my life sexually. And that was the end of that. We stopped dating after that. And yeah. It's tough when you're married to like, what am I going to do? Drop some like, I can't be like, hey, listen to this one time what I did with my wife.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
My wife's gonna
Definitely
be
not
like,
wife
Are
stories.
you out of your mind?
Yeah, what are you doing?
You're telling people about that time? I'm like, yeah, well, he asked me for like a sexy story. So like, then you have to be like, all right, like what's the most embarrassing story sexually?
And then you don't want to go too far back in the past where it's like, I was with this skeezy slum bucket this one time, right?
All of a sudden I'm from the Bronx.
Yeah, I mean, one time I was with this girl. I mean, like, I thought, just because we're by the fish market, like,
Fucking why not, right?
Like, why not? I picked her up, took her back to my place, spread her out, and you know what?
Spread her out? Really?
Yeah, you know what? The stuff that was coming out down there was,
I didn't back down though.
I didn't back down though. I filled up my mouth like the can of Cheese Whiz. I just kept going back for more and more.
I don't know what's going on. I was saying, like, when I told you at that coffee shop I ran into that dude and I called my wife, I'm like, hey, this could have been your life.
Mm-hmm.
There was one time where I met a girl. Can I tell you this? Do you want me to go? I'm at a Ben and Jerry's. I've told this story before, and I'm like, I was living in a condemned house, so it wasn't like I was like rolling with chicks, and I had a couple like instances where I wasn't finding girls or I was meeting them and it just wasn't working out, and I couldn't take them to my house or anything. So I was just kind of like made a decision. I'm like, I'm just gonna stay away from girls for a while. Like, just focus on my life. You're living in a condemned house. Maybe focus on getting out of that. And we went to this Ben and Jerry's, me and my friend Mike. And my go-to used to be waffle cone, chocolate chip cookie dough, and coffee Heath bar. So I'm sitting there. I got a scoop of each in my thing. I got a Red Sox hat on down low. And these two girls walk into the Ben and Jerry's, and they're talking Italian. And I looked over and like, oh, my God. And they were both these beautiful, beautiful girls. And they're talking Italian. I'm like, oh, my God, these girls. I'm like, nah, dude, you're off chicks. What are you even thinking? So I'm like, yeah, just go back to my ice cream. And then a minute later, one of them, who was strikingly beautiful, is standing in front of me, and in perfect English, she's not Italian, she's just speaking Italian, goes, hey, is that coffee Heath bar? And I go, yeah, it is. She goes, how is it? And I go, you want a lick? And she goes, no, that's okay. And I go, yeah, I know. Why take a lick from some stranger when you could just get a sample if you wanted? And she goes, no, that's not it. And I go, oh, that's not it. And she's like, no. And I go, okay, kiss me. And she did, Jeremiah. And it wasn't like a peck. It wasn't a French kiss. It was like a soap opera, like mouthy kiss. And then she just like pulled back and looked at me like, looking at me like, yeah, I wanted to kiss you from the second I walked in. And I looked at my friend whose like jaw is dropped to the floor. I look at the guy working at Ben and Jerry's whose jaw is dropped to the floor. And I walked out. And my friend goes, where are you going? This is the start of a beautiful relationship. I'm like, just get out here. And he walked out. He's like, what's going on? I'm like, I'm off, girls. Let's get out of here. Like, I just didn't know what to do. She like totally called my bluff, and I bounced. And like when I saw that dude today, I'm like, that could have been my wife's life. Who knows what I would have been with this chick?
With this bilingual
This
Italian goddess.
She's bilingual, girl.
Bilingual.
My wife's like, what are you talking? I'm like, she's bilingual.
She's bilingual, all right.
God knows what else she is.
I don't know what else she got. Or she bilingual.
She refills the ice trays.
She's smart too.
Come on, girl.
Come
you
on.
understand,
What
right?
you doing, huh?
Shit. She ain't no Elmer's glue.
No, she ain't. No, she ain't that no stick feel.
She's like
you
that
know?
high end shit. Girl.
Yeah, man, that top shelf, that top brass.
You know what I mean? Gosh. Anywho, I don't know what made me think of that, but
I love it, dude. Thanks so much for doing the show.
oh, thanks for having me.
It was a
man.
fun, weird, wild one, man.
A lot went
we
down.
got to wonder about a lot of stuff together, and You know what? I want you to plug your awesome crowd work tour that's coming up. So let people know about that and whatever else you want to plug, buddy.
Yeah, I'm going to be on tour. It's called the Mostly Crowd Work Tour because I'll be doing mostly crowd work, and I'm going everywhere. We start October 3rd in Cleveland, Detroit, Chicago, Fort Wayne, Portland, Seattle area, Oakland, Petaluma, everywhere in the East Coast, Atlanta, Tulsa, a lot of different places. You can go to jaylarsoncomedy.com, Jay Larson Comedy, Instagram, Twitter. Check out the Crab Feast podcast. It comes out every Tuesday with Ryan Sickler, and soon to be the Throughline podcast, which was going to come out on Thursday starting in November. And thanks so much for having me, dude. And keep giving Jeremiah a watch and a listen because you're going to do some good stuff, man. I can't wait to see what's in your future.
Oh, thanks, buddy.
Yeah.
I think I've this gut feeling that we're going to be working on a lot of projects in the future together.
I hope so.
I don't know what it is, but I have this feeling that in some capacity.
Because I write a ton.
I know.
What I mean? And I was like literally halfway through this podcast looking at you and like watching you do something. I'm like, what is this guy? Where can I put this in somewhere? Because I love what you do. So I hope we get to work together, man. That'll be a lot of fun.
I love you. I went to your special taping, and dude, it was phenomenal.
Thanks, man.
Yeah.
It's available for purchase at jaylarsoncomedy.com.
jaylarsoncomedy.com.
Glad to be here, buddy.
Yeah, love you, bro.
You too, bud.